before we truly get into our presentation, I would like to open the floor by asking each of you if you attended a predominantly Black and brown school before, and how would you compare that experience to your current experience at PWI? And Marlon, you can feel free to chime in as well.
I attended public school before this, so my school was like majority like Black and Hispanic and Latino. So I think that the biggest thing for me when I was attending that school was that I didn't really like have to think about like my Blackness and just like being Black while I was at school, because everybody who was there just like looked like me, and like we were just all comfortable, and I didn't really have to code switch really. But I think that once I transitioned to my PWI, I kind of like noticed like that like I am like a Black student, and like because of that, I'll face like microaggressions, or I'll have to like code switch in like certain situations. And I think it's just like that mind shift where you kind of recognize that like you don't look like everybody in this space, and you kind of have to not change who you are, but just kind of like adapt to this like new environment.
For me, before I attended my current school, I was actually part of the mecca program, and so while the school I went to was still had a great amount of white students, there were also a larger amount of Black students, and so I was always surrounded in one way, shape, or form by the culture. There were always at least 20 people who looked like me in a space, and so in those spaces, I wasn't as hyper aware of my Blackness as I am today, or as I was when I first entered my current school. And more than that, I wasn't aware how my skin would affect my treatment, and also how others would perceive me.
Very similar to Uche's experience, I also went to a school that was predominantly Black and Latino and Hispanic, and so like Uche, I never was aware of race in the way that I am currently at my predominantly white institution. It just wasn't something that was thought about in the way that it is now, similar to Miracle's point, and the ways that I'm treated in my everyday interactions. So I'm definitely more conscious about my race at my school, and I definitely think it factors into a lot of things, whether it's overtly or covertly.